Good morning, scholars. Happy Wednesday. It's a wonderful Wednesday. I'm coming back to you today with lesson 5 of module 4. And what we are going to do today is represent composition and decomposition of numbers to 5 using pictures and number bonds. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. That was a mouthful. All right, so what do you notice here on my board? I've got some shapes here. How many shapes do I have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss T, do that again. You started at the bottom. We always start at the top. Top to bottom, left to right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 4 triangles here, and I have an empty number bond. It's empty because it doesn't have any pictures in it, and it doesn't have any numbers in it. All right, so I'm wondering if I could use these triangles to help me make a number bond. Do you remember earlier in the school year when we learned ways to sort shapes? So let's say here that I've got 2 red triangles. I'm going to put them together because they are the same. And then I have 1 and 2 blue triangles. I'm going to put them together because they are the same. And that is how we sort. Okay? We just sorted our 4 triangles by color. We have 2 red at the top and 2 blue at the bottom. Okay? So could we put the total number of triangles somewhere in our number bond? I'm wondering which circle should I draw the whole group of 4 triangles. Okay? Miss T is going to remember a part and a part makes a whole. Part and part makes whole. Oh, I think I figured it out. All right. Where can I put the total number of triangles on my number bond? And I think I'm going to put it in the place where you put the whole thing. Okay? Part and part makes whole. So I am going to draw my triangles in the whole circle of my number bond. Okay? The whole circle of my number bond. All right. Now, where could I draw my set of 2 red triangles? Where can I put 2 red triangles? Absolutely, I can put it in one of the parts. I think this is the perfect part right here. Okay? And where can I draw the blue ones? Of course, Miss T, there's only one other place to draw the blue triangles, and that is in the other part. Your brains are amazing, and they are absolutely on fire today. Kiss your brains. Okay, I'm going to take that. And actually, let me just erase the whole thing, because if it doesn't close, it is not a triangle. All right, so there we have it. All right, so you helped me show how I can take 4 triangles and make them into 2 groups of 2. Here's 1 group of 2, and there's 2 groups of 2. 1 group of 2 and 2 groups of 2. So 4 is the same as 2 and 2. 4 is the same as 2 and 2. All right, now help me write the triangle story with the numbers that are in my number bond. Okay? I'm going to write a triangle story with numbers in the number bond. Okay, so how I can write that is like this. Let me get my marker. So in my whole, how many triangles do I have again? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, make sure that you all can see that. 4 is the same as 2 and 2. Okay? 4 is the same as 2 and 2. All right? We wrote this in what we call a number sentence. Okay? We call that a number sentence. Another thing that we like to call that in math is an equation. You'll use that word in first grade, so don't forget that one, an equation. All right, so we're going to try another one, okay? And I'm going to make a new number bond, and I'm going to put another shape surprise on the board. All right, so I am going to move my triangles up, okay? And then I am going to make, I've got a new surprise shape. Can you tell me what surprise shape that is? Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to erase what's inside of my number bond, and I want you to do this one with me. So while I'm erasing, I want you to go ahead and make your very own number bond, okay? Go ahead and make your very own number bond, and I'll give you a few minutes, give you a few seconds. I think you know how to make number bonds by now. To make your number bond. All right, now here we go. So make sure that your number bond is just like mine, and I'm wondering, how can I use all of these shapes in my number bond? How do you think we can sort them? So in my last problem, I had sorted them by color. Is there another way that we can sort these shapes? Absolutely, we can sort them by shapes, Miss T. Absolutely. So I've got some that are triangles, and I've got one that's a circle. Okay, so what would that look like in my number bond? So let's start with the parts first, because before we started with the whole, we're going to start with the parts today. So I am going to draw a circle inside of one of my parts. All right, and in my other part, I am going to draw my triangles. So I have 2 blue triangles, and I have 2 red triangles. All right, so I've got 2 blue triangles, and I've got 2 red triangles. All right, so if you can, go ahead and draw these pictures inside of your number bond, okay? Just for practice. So we've got 1 shape in this part, and we have 4 shapes in the other. How many shapes do we have in all? We've got 1 shape in this part and 4 shapes in this part. So I'm going to use my number path, okay? Because I don't want you to forget how to use that. So I'm going to take this circle, and this circle is going to take this number path and go right at the top, okay? And then I am going to start with my blue shapes. They're going to go up this number path, and I've got 1 blue shape or triangle and 2 blue triangles. And then I have 1 red triangle that's going to go up that number path. And then I've got my second red triangle that's going to go up that number path. How many shapes do I have in the whole? Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! So I am going to do something real quick, okay? So I've got 5 altogether. So 1 and 4 makes 5. Can you say that with me? 1 and 4 make 5. All right, so I'm going to erase this. I want you to erase yours, and we're going to write numbers instead. Okay, so I erased my 1 circle, and I wrote the number 1 right there. I've got 4 triangles over here, so I'm going to erase all 4 of those triangles by triangles, and I am going to write the number 4 right there. So instead of my math drawings, I now have numbers. Okay, and then I'm going to erase the 5 shapes that I have on top, and I'm going to write what number. Absolutely correct. So I'm going to draw his chest, his big fat belly, and then I'm going to put on his hat. Okay? All right. So 1 and 4 make 5. All right. So how can I write this in a number sentence? I've got 1. I'm going to move my shapes out of the way. I've got 1 and 4 make 5. Okay? Because remember, the equal sign means same. It's the same as. 1 and 4 is the same as 5. 1 and 4 makes 5. All right? So I'm going to use these same shapes. I'm going to erase this. Is there another way that I could write this number bond? Is there another way that I can write this number bond? So here are my 5 shapes again. How can I sort these? Before, I sorted them by shape. Can I sort them by color? Absolutely, we can do that. I can take all of my red shapes and put them together, and I can take all of my blue shapes and put them together. Now, is it okay that I have a circle with 2 triangles? Absolutely. Why is that so? Kiss your brains. Because I'm sorting by color now and not by shape. You are absolutely correct. So I am going to start with how many shapes, okay? I'm going to decompose this. Before we were composing, and now we're going to decompose. So I'm going to start, when we start with our whole, we're decomposing. So I have 1 circle and 2 red triangles. 1 red circle and 2 red triangles. And then I also have 2 blue triangles. So how many shapes do I have all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how can I break this apart or decompose this in my number bond? Absolutely right. I can take 2 of my blue shapes and put them in one part. And then I can take 3 of my red shapes. I have 1 circle and 1 red circle and 2 red triangles, and then I can put them in my other part. Okay? So 5 is the same as 2 and 3. What? Say that again, Miss T. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes all together. My whole is the same as 2 blue shapes and 3 red shapes. Now, does your number bond look like this? Okay, so let's erase the shapes that we have in our whole. if you're going along with me with your number bond, and we're going to write a number instead. Okay? So I have 5. I've got 2 blue shapes here. I'm going to erase the blue shapes, and I'm going to write the number 2. All right, I just wrote the numeral 2. All right, and then I have 3 shapes in this part, and so I'm going to erase those shapes, and I'm going to write the number 3. Now, what should my number sentence look like? So this time we started with the whole, so I'm going to write the whole first. So 5 is the same as 2, because I'm going down this number path. 2, I'm going to put my plus sign, and then I'm going to go down this number path, and it leads me to the number 3. So 5 is the same as 2 and 3. We can start with the parts and compose our number bond, and we can say 2, okay, and 3, 2 and 3, those are our parts, together make 5. 5 is the same as 2 and 3. 2 and 3 make 5. 5 is the same as 2 and 3. 2 and 3 make 5. All right, I hope you have fun. I am looking forward to your problem set. Happy mathing!